Greetings, RC Model Geeks, and here we are in the shed yet again for part 8 of the DW Hobby Storch build. Right, now I said yesterday we'd be looking at the motor mounting and the cowling, and that's what we're looking at. So there you go. Right, see you all tomorrow. Right, so the cowling. We're going to have to do a little bit of bodgification, I think, here to get the cowling to line up with the motor. There's quite a bit of slope on the cowling. Now, on the full size, the cowling basically follows the line of this decking here, and as you can probably see, that ain't the case. This is actually low here, but that's the only way you can get the motor, the centre of the motor, to line up in the hole. So that's the way it's got to be. But by twisting it, I don't know if you can see here, this is much more in at the bottom than it is at the top. So we're going to end up having to cut a little bit off the back of the cowling to keep that line straight, make it look nice. I mean, we could bolt it straight on like that, but it'd look shit. So we want to get that straight all the way round. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to mark off with a bit of tape around here so we can see the sort of offset that we've got, and then probably we'll mark it onto here, cut that off with a Dremel or sand it off depending on how much there is, to get that vertical. Yeah, so basically this line down here wants to be parallel to this line here. Yeah, just to make it look nice. And so that is what we're going to do. Now the other thing I might look at today, it all depends, it's quite late, it's already 4:30 and I've only just started for the day, is how we're going to colour this cowling. Getting a paint match for this is going to be a right pain in the arse. So what I'm thinking of doing is actually covering this in Solatex. I did the same kind of thing on the triplane, and it worked quite well. So we will try it on here. It doesn't matter about the join lines and stuff. We can do it in sections because this would have been made of a metal panel. So there would be like join lines and all that other stuff. So it's not a big problem. So that is probably the way I'm going to go. And then once that's varnished anyway, you know, you don't see the weave so much that's in this Solatex, and it'll just look like it's been painted. Obviously this bit would be black, and this is like the exhaust stack area, I think, or a bulge for the exhaust anyway. We'll have to look at a full size and see what that is all about. Yeah, I mean, loads of cooling in there. Look at that big hole. You can see the little motor hiding up in there. Now, one other thing, because of this long sloping nose, there ain't much clearance for the motor. I was lucky. I was very lucky in the diameter of motor that I chose. Any more and I would have been shafted. Completely shafted. It wouldn't have fitted in there. I actually had to turn my motor around. I was going to use the bolt-on adapter, you know, the one that's got the 3 screws in it and screws directly into the motor. I was going to use that, but the distance wasn't long enough to clear this this slope in front, so I had to use the old slide-on type in the end, you know, one of these, and that gave me a bit more length because of the shaft. So yeah, the diameter, I'm just trying to find the box. Where is the box? There it is. Yes, let me I'll come back to you, I think, when I found the box. Right, somebody asked me a few days ago what motor I was using in this, and there it is, an SK3. It's a 35-36 1050 kV. Now 35 diameter is a bit flipping tight in the cowling. You don't want to go any more than that, that's for sure. I mean, ideally it wants to be a little bit less than 35. And what do they say in the instructions? I mean, I think they actually said something smaller than that, but they said a 28 diameter, 28-14, and that would be fine, but I was struggling to find a motor that would be swinging the 12-inch prop on a 28-inch diameter can. So yeah, I mean, something around the 30-32 would probably be fine, but 35 is right on the limit diameter wise for the can, definitely. Right, I'm going to get this marked up here. We're not going to do much today because, you know, it's running late already. I'm going to get this marked up and see how much we've got to cut off. Right, I've taken the cowling off, and now that makes it much more obvious, the angle difference between here and the firewall and this. Yeah, I mean, we want to trim a fair bit off of that cowling, really. I'm thinking probably about half of that we want to take off. So we've got a bit of an overlap. Then we can use the you know, this area here for maybe screwing it in or whatever, or put blocks on the inside. But we don't want all this stuff overhanging here. It just looks crap and it's all extra weight. So I'm going to mark up, I'm going to transfer what we've got here onto the cowling and then probably have a go at cutting it off. Right, well, I've got the thing cut, as good as it's going to be. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to attempt, note I said attempt, to cover this cowling in Solartex. Let's see how that goes, eh? Right, back soon when I've started work. Right, here you go. It can be done. So you can see there's a little wrinkle there. Not worried about that. I'll probably get rid of that. Everything else is pretty good. That's that whole front done. That's the hardest part around those curves, and it's done. And so what we're going to end up doing is cutting sort of around here, all the way round. If you think how this was probably made on the full size, this would probably have been a pressed shape. So there would be a panel line basically all the way around that that edge there anyway, and we'll just have it as a covering line. So I'm going to trim that off and then start on the next bit. We can either go over here or over the bottom or whatever. Obviously we're going to leave these bulgy bits uncovered because I think, like I said, they're going to be black, but I haven't checked yet to see whether they're actually part of the cowling or part of the exhaust. So there you go. Right, I'm going to trim this up and let's see if we can cover the rest. But yeah, you can do it if you try. So this is about my lot for the day. We'll finish this cowling off tomorrow morning. So that is the front, and there is one of the side cheeks, and that's how far I've got. Got to do the other one obviously and then cover the top and the bottom. But yeah, that works, no problem at all, and it's going to match perfectly. Much better than you'd probably ever get with trying to paint it and match the colours. Now, any blemishes that you're going to get on here aren't really going to be seen because there's also camouflage painted onto this as well. So, you know, if you've got a blemish or a mark, then, you know, the camouflage is your opportunity to hide that. But yeah, looking good. Oh, that's going to come out beautiful, let me tell you. Okay. Bit of varnish on there, she will look the dog's bollocks. And then what we'll do is we'll put a little bit of paint just around that edge there. You can see where the white is showing through, and here as well. We'll just put a little bit of green paint or something, or black or whatever, just around there, and she'll be great. So there you go. Like, comment and subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll see you hopefully tomorrow, unless something drastic happens. Bye.
Thank you for watching Captain Rob's RC Model Geeks. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to click that like button. If you want to see more of the same type of videos, don't forget you can subscribe. If you want to support us, you can use PayPal. paypal.me/RC Model Geeks. If you want to contact us, you can email us rcmodelgeeks@gmail.com. We look forward to seeing you in the next video.